This is the winner of my list. Okay. This is the number one biggest opportunity. And I hate to be that guy that's like, this is the biggest opportunity of our lifetimes, right? Like timeshare guy. All the timeshare guys who are now YouTubers just selling the biggest next big thing. But in this case, I think it's actually warranted. I mean, AI is a big freaking deal, right? Like you got to be nuts to be denying that at this point. And within AI, this is what I genuinely believe is the biggest opportunity. So let me just rewind for a second. If you think about the previous waves, I count 4 waves in my lifetime of giant sort of inflections or opportunities, the sort of like the big gold rush moments, the huge tidal waves that you could go surf as an entrepreneur. So the first one was early internet, right? And now you have what they used to call the information superhighway, if you remember that dorky phrase. But it was right. Information was the thing, the ability to find anything. And there's really 2 big winners. So Google and Amazon were the 2 biggest winners of the information find anything paradigm. And what you could do is, Google lets you go find any information and Amazon lets you go find any stuff. And those 2 created $1 trillion or more than $1 trillion, almost $2 trillion of value just on those 2 companies alone out of the information wave. Second wave you then got was communication. So it started with email, but then quickly became all social networking, social media. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, WhatsApp, YouTube, all of that, right? So the ability for people to communicate with each other. And this even extended, by the way, to like riders communicating with drivers, right? In Uber, basically the ability to say, I need a ride, and somebody else say, I have a ride for you, right? That connecting the dots, human coordination and communication was the big second wave. And again, $1 trillion plus of market value created out of that communication wave that came. Okay, then what's come next? And then you had the value wave. And this was, now we're talking early 2010s up to like basically the last decade, 2010 to 2020. And this is crypto. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, just those 2 alone are $1 trillion of value that got created, right? The best investment you could make since the year I graduated, 2010, would have been into Bitcoin and Ethereum. That is the best asset that was created, the best, highest performer. And again, so we had digital information, then we had digital communication, then we had digital value. And so, the ability to have a digital money and digital value. And so now what's the next one? What's number 4, right? Coming into the 2020s, we're going from 2020 to 2030. What's going to be the next one? I believe it's digital intelligence. So that's AI. Okay, so who's going to be the Bitcoin? Who's going to be the Google? Who's going to be the Facebook of the intelligence wave? Well, so far we've seen, NVIDIA make chips. They've done extremely well. We've seen OpenAI become almost a $100 billion company by training these models that you can use for AI applications. And I think those are great, but I think there's going to be more. And the one that I think is missing is, I had 2 kind of that I was thinking about. The first one was self-driving cars, because I'm like, okay, that's driving is a huge part of human life. And when that goes self-driving, you're going to have safer, more efficient, more comfortable, more entertainment. You're going to have a better ride experience. And that's going to obviously change the way that cars work, right? Cars are parked 90% of the time, but when they're self-driving, you're going to park your car and you're going to say, go make me money, car. And the car's going to go drive around and be an Uber for people picking people up, right? So just a game changer in terms of how this works. We're going to need less cars, which means we need less parking, which means we need different roads and city structures. There's a whole bunch of things that can change. But as I was thinking about that, I thought about a bigger opportunity. And the bigger opportunity is actually related. So I was like, oh man, self-driving cars are going to be great because you just get in the car and you just say your destination, and then the car is going to figure out all the things to do to get you to your goal. So I just say, I'm trying to, hey, take me to Starbucks. It's going to say, great, look up the nearest Starbucks, find the address, input the address to navigation, turn the car on, shift gears from park to drive, accelerate, stop at the stop sign, signal, turn, shift lanes, exit the highway, whatever, right? All of the middle steps. It's going to create a list and it's going to do them. And what I realized was that's not going to stop at just cars, that the biggest opportunity is the self-doing to-do list, just like we have the self-driving car. And what's a self-doing to-do list? A self-doing to-do list is going to be, well, all of our productivity today comes from basically the following system. Person thinks about what they want, goal. Then they create a list of actions that they think will move them in the direction of that goal, and then they do those actions. And the extent to which you hit your goals is based on your ability to like know what you want, create the list of things you need to do to get there, and then actually do the list. Well, I think what AI is going to do is actually change how that works. It's actually going to let you just say what you want. AI will then generate the list, and then it'll just do it. and we've seen this, by the way. So what this is called is, right now they're calling this the agents, and agents might end up being the information superhighway, like a word, that gets phased out over time. But here's the simple model. We've all used ChatGPT, where you type something in and it gives you an answer. And the better question you ask, the better answer it'll give you. Or you have to know what to prompt it to do. If you don't do anything, it's just going to sit there. It's going to do absolutely nothing for you. Whereas there's a new model called AI agents. What AI agents are based on is that you don't need to tell it, you don't need to ask it specific questions or give it specific instructions for a task. All you need to do is tell the AI what you want as your goal. And what you want as your goal is, let's just take an example. Hey, I run a e-commerce business and I want to reduce my inventory waste. Okay, so I want to make my inventory more efficient. So the AI could then generate a list of things to do. Analyze the inventory to find the highest fast movers and slow movers. And then it will take the slow movers and it will put them on sale. It will take the fast movers and it will analyze, what you're lacking, where there's more demand than you have supply in stock. It'll create a purchase order, send the purchase order to the factory, and get the next order delivered for you. So you could see, in theory, how you'd be able to just say a goal and have the AI create a list and then do it. Another, silly example. Let's say I wanted to lose 15 pounds. Well, we all know to lose 15 pounds, what you need to do is you need to, burn more calories than you're going to consume. Well, in theory, AI is going to be able to help you do that. So you're going to say, I want to lose weight. And it's going to say, great. We are going to take your current weight. We're going to then create a calorie meal plan of how many calories you're supposed to intake per day and how many you're supposed to burn per day, which is going to create a workout plan for you. It's going to create a meal plan for you. It's going to then take the meal plan. It's going to create, break that down into recipes, break the recipes down into ingredients. It's going to go onto Instacart. It's going to order the ingredients to your house for you. There you go, right? So it's going to take you as far as it can. It's not going to be able to do every single thing in the real world until you have a robot sitting in your house that's going to then take those groceries and it's going to prepare the meal for you, right? Like Jetson style.